My name is Elizabeth Butters. I teach AP English, and I have been here for 13 years. I think for all of us teachers, the reason we're here is we're here for our students, right? That's why we come back every day. That's why we're here. I feel it's really important to help students find their voice. As an English teacher, I'm very interested in a lot of different perspectives. I love people's stories. I love hearing my students' stories. I also love reading other people's stories. So in the classroom, I try to give my students the opportunity to hear a lot of different perspectives. It helps make them more engaged, informed, and empathetic citizens. And I think ultimately, that is why I teach.
My name is Christy Acevedo. I teach kindergarten at West Lawn Elementary. I've been teaching kindergarten for 2 years. Miss Butters is a good teacher because she holds high expectations and she cares about her students. I teach because I want to give my students a safe space. For me, that's always been the biggest thing, making sure that they come to school and they know they're loved and cared about and appreciated for who they are.
It's just important that we realize, students are students. What they want fundamentally is just to know that someone cares about them and values them. When I teach, I always just tell students that I'm here to guide you. Things are challenging, things are difficult, but we have to learn how to persevere, how to overcome those difficulties. And I think students also need to know that we're people too. So, you know what? I make mistakes. And I think if they know that I'm a person and that I make mistakes, that it's okay for them to do the same. I want students to learn how to be critical thinkers, and I want students to know, hey, sometimes what we think is right isn't right. Sometimes we have to change our thinking, and that is perfectly okay.
She had a positive impact on me. I think since the day I walked in her class, she had these high expectations for me, and I hated writing. But she definitely told me, hey, this writing needs to be better and you can do better. So that was the first time that I had heard from a teacher, especially in writing, because they knew I didn't like it, that I could do better. My teaching philosophy is centered on inclusivity, and so I want students, regardless of background, to come into my classroom and know that I'm here for them, and not just for them, but also their families. Growing up as a person of color, I did want to see somebody who looked like me, and so I think that's a big part of it. But even if they don't look like me, I want them to feel welcome.
I really want to help students see that they are capable of doing anything. I really believe if the saying, hey, if I put the bar this high and I believe you can do it, you are going to be able to do it, right? Especially if I give you the skills to do it. So I really, truly believe that all of my students are capable of doing great things more than they even think they are capable of doing.
We actually have a video message for you to watch from the person that nominated you.
She pushed me to continue to do better, even in my personal life. Being a person who's first generation in my family, I had no idea how to get to college. And so she would tell me, hey, have you applied to college? Have you done the FAFSA? I think when I came to her and asked her all these questions, she was able to help me. And when she wasn't, she would find resources resources or people that could help me. One of the things that I learned that I think stayed with me the most is that you need to be able to extend kindness and be graceful with other people. Miss Butters always did that to her students and to the people around her, and that's the kind of person that I want to be. Thinking back to the way that she was with her students, I want to be that person for my students as well. Thank you so much for helping me pursue my dream of going to college. Without her, I probably would not be here. I don't think that I would have spoke to somebody else about, I don't have that experience of going to college. She was my one person that I could tell. I just wish I could tell her thank you.
You never know, right, how you're going to affect someone. I love teaching, and I think it's a very rewarding career. And I think when you pick a career, you really need to do something that makes you feel good, and teaching makes me feel good.